Jibreel Az is often introduced as the angel of revelation. That's true, but there's much more to him. He wasn't just a messenger, he was the link between the heavens and the earth. Whenever a prophet received guidance, Jibreel was there. His presence marked the start of something divine. He came with commands that shaped nations and hearts. His role in Islam goes far beyond delivering the Quran. Jibreel Az has a history with every major prophet. His mission was always clear: bring light to darkness, truth to confusion. He wasn't just delivering words, he was carrying the weight of guidance wrapped in divine light. Many don't know that Jibreel had deep personal connections with the prophets. His interactions weren't cold or robotic, they were full of purpose, warmth, and clarity. In Islamic tradition, he holds the highest status among all angels. He's referred to as the leader of the archangels. His closeness to Allah is unmatched. No other creation was given the trust to deliver Allah's words to humanity. His position speaks volumes about his purity and reliability. The trust placed in Jibreel reflects the magnitude of his character and his loyalty to truth. He wasn't just a servant, he was a protector, a guide, a warrior, and a companion. His visits weren't just events, they were moments that changed history. Jibreel Az continues to live in the hearts of believers, not just as a character in stories, but as a symbol of strength, obedience, and divine trust. Understanding who he truly is opens up a new layer of spiritual awareness. Among the earliest creations of the unseen world, many scholars believe Jibreel Az was the first of the angels. When Allah created light, it is said that Jibreel was the first to take form. Before the earth, before time, he existed. He was prepared for a mission that would stretch across centuries. His beginning marked the start of divine communication with creation. This early creation is no coincidence. Jibreel's task was massive. To be the one who would bring divine words to the prophets required immense strength, purity, and readiness. From the very start he was prepared. His creation before others highlights his central role in divine planning. Everything about him pointed to a special purpose. While we know little about the early days of the angels, narrations give glimpses of Jibreel's strength and beauty. He was not just any angel, he had 600 wings, each one vast beyond imagination. His presence filled the skies. Even the Prophet Muhammad known for his courage, was shaken when he saw Jibreel in his full form. That alone tells us how powerful this angel truly is. Being the first doesn't just mean early creation, it also means closeness to the Creator. Jibreel stood nearest to the throne of Allah. He received commands before anyone else. When the angels moved, it was Jibreel who led them. His early creation, his leadership, and his unmatched proximity to the divine all point to one truth. Jibreel Az was created to serve a role that no other could fulfill. Jibreel Az is often called Ruhul Qudus in the Quran. This title means the Holy Spirit. It's a name that holds deep meaning. Unlike popular thought, this isn't a borrowed term. In Islam, Ruhul Qudus is one of Jibreel's honored names. It tells us about his purity, his essence, and his mission. Why is he called Ruh? The word in Arabic means spirit. His job wasn't just to deliver letters, he delivered life. Allah's words are not just instructions, they're a source of spiritual life. So when Jibreel delivered revelation, he brought spirit to the soul. He didn't just pass on a message, he gave life to once empty hearts. The word Qudus means holy or sacred. That's where Jibreel's character shines. He isn't just pure in his job, he is sacred in his being. Every move he makes is guided by divine order. Every word he speaks is from Allah. The title Ruhul Qudus is not a label, it's an identity. It defines his nature and his mission. In the Quran, Allah refers to Jibreel with this title multiple times. It shows consistency in his role. Whether helping Prophet Isa Az or supporting the Prophet Muhammad Jibreel is always linked to holiness and spirit. His title reminds us that true guidance doesn't just come in words, it comes with sacred power. And Jibreel Az was the one chosen to deliver it. Jibreel Az is described in many hadiths as being made of light, not ordinary light, but a divine kind, pure and powerful. His light wasn't just beauty, it was a force. When he appeared in full form, even the strongest of men stood in awe. His brightness filled the horizon, his wings stretched wide, each layered with jewels and colors never seen on earth. The Prophet Muhammad only saw Jibreel Az in full form twice. The first was when revelation began. The second was during the night journey. Both times it was overwhelming. The skies could barely hold his form. The earth trembled. It wasn't fear, it was reverence. His light was a sign. It told the world that something divine was about to happen. One narration mentions that Jibreel's wings are covered in pearls and rubies. Each feather glows. When he flies, the sound echoes through the skies. His speed is unmatched. He traveled from heaven to earth in moments. That light wasn't just physical, it carried meaning. It represented truth, justice, and mercy, all wrapped in brilliance. Light in Islamic tradition stands for guidance. Jibreel, as being made of light, is more than symbolic. He is the source through which divine light reaches the world. His being, his words, and his presence all shine with purpose. When he appears, the world is never the same. His light reminds us that truth doesn't arrive quietly, it arrives glowing. Jibreel wasn't just the angel of revelation for one prophet, he worked with many. His role stretched far across time. He spoke to Ibrahim guided Musa and supported Asa. Each prophet knew him, each one trusted him. He was the silent hand of divine guidance behind every message sent to humanity. When Ibrahim was thrown into the fire, Jibreel came to offer help. Ibrahim said Allah is enough for him. That didn't stop Jibreel from appearing. It showed his constant presence, his readiness. With Musa Jibreel guided and protected him during trials. Some say he was there when the sea split. His unseen work made miracles possible. With Isa he brought the word that formed life in Maryam's womb. He breathed by Allah's command. He didn't just deliver words, he helped bring creation into motion. The Quran mentions Jibreel's support often. He isn't a figure who appears once and fades. He shows up again and again. Every time Allah's words needed to reach the earth, Jibreel descended. His history with the prophets proves his unique connection to divine wisdom. He was there through hardship and joy, always fulfilling his mission. Understanding his wide role changes how we view him. Jibreel isn't tied to one prophet or one story. He belongs to every chapter of Revelation. His presence connects every prophet's journey. Through him the thread of divine truth was never broken. From the first prophet to the last, he was always the bridge between heaven and earth. The night of and Miraj was a turning point. It wasn't just a journey, it was a meeting between the Prophet Muhammad and the heavens. At the center of this journey stood Jibreel he led the Prophet from Mecca to Jerusalem, then through the skies. He didn't just guide him, he honored him with companionship. That night Jibreel appeared in his full angelic form. The Prophet saw all 600 of his wings. They filled the horizon. Each wing sparkled with light and colors unknown to man. It was awe-inspiring. Even the Prophet, who had seen so much, paused in amazement. That vision of Jibreel revealed the vastness of Allah's creation. It showed the power behind the message of Islam. Jibreel also had limits. At one point in the journey, he stopped. He said he could go no further. If he took even one step more, he would burn. Only the Prophet could continue beyond. That moment showed the rank of the messenger, but it also showed Jibreel's respect for divine boundaries. Even the greatest angel obeys limits set by Allah. The night journey was a miracle. Jibreel played a key part in every step. His presence gave strength to the Prophet. His light guided him, and his form reminded the Prophet of the might of the one who sent him. That night was not just a travel through space. It was a glimpse into the unseen world, and Jibreel was the one who opened the door. Among all angels, Jibreel holds a unique position. He receives direct commands from Allah. No one else is trusted the same way. When punishment is sent or mercy is delivered, Jibreel leads the action. His orders come straight from the throne. That's not just honor. It's a sign of divine trust and closeness. One of the most powerful stories is the destruction of the people of light. Jibreel was sent to carry out the punishment. He didn't need an army. He used just one wing to lift an entire city. He raised it to the sky until the angels heard the cries of their animals. Then he flipped it. Just one angel. Just one wing. That's the strength Allah gave him. In the Quran, Jibreel is described as Shadid al-Qaw, the one with mighty strength. He doesn't act out of anger. He follows Allah's command perfectly. He brings both mercy and wrath. When the message is accepted, he brings light. When it's rejected, he brings justice. His actions carry the weight of divine will. This direct command shows his position. He's not just another angel. He stands near Allah. He acts by his word. Whether it's revealing the Quran or striking a disobedient nation, Jibreel does so without hesitation. His loyalty is unmatched, and his strength is a reminder that behind every act of divine justice, there is perfect precision. Jibreel didn't just come for revelation. He came to protect. He supported the Prophet Muhammad in many moments of danger, in battles during times of fear, and in quiet moments of grief. He was there. His role wasn't only to deliver verses, it was to stand by the believers when they needed him most. During the Battle of Badr, Jibreel descended with an army of angels. They fought alongside the Muslims. The believers saw strange things, enemies falling before they reached them. It was Jibreel and his troops. That battle was a turning point in Islamic history. Without divine support, victory would have been impossible. Jibreel didn't just visit, he fought. He also brought comfort. When the Prophet faced loss, Jibreel came with news from the heavens. When people mocked him, Jibreel offered words of strength. When the Prophet grieved, Jibreel reminded him of his mission. His support was more than physical, it was emotional. He gave strength when the heart was heavy. Jibreel also shows love for the believers. In one hadith, Allah says that if he loves someone, he tells Jibreel, then Jibreel loves that person too, and he announces that love in the heavens. This shows his role in our lives today. He cares for those who believe. His support is quiet, but constant. His love is a sign of Allah's mercy reaching us through the unseen. Jibreel had a special relationship with the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu. It wasn't just about delivering messages, it was about mutual respect, trust and affection. Whenever the Prophet Sallallahu faced difficulties, Jibreel was there, comforting him with Allah's words. Their bond wasn't one-sided, it was filled with understanding and love. When the Prophet Sallallahu was in times of hardship, Jibreel would appear with comforting words. He didn't just bring revelations, he brought solace. His visits weren't simply about the duty, they were about connection. One of the most beautiful moments is when Jibreel came to the Prophet Sallallahu during a time of personal loss. He spoke directly to the Prophet, showing deep empathy and love. This relationship wasn't merely transactional, it was personal, filled with warmth. On many occasions, Jibreel would bring glad tidings from Allah. These weren't just words of guidance, but words of love. They were messages that uplifted the Prophet's heart. It's often overlooked, but these moments shaped the emotional strength of the Prophet. Jibreel's presence was a constant source of encouragement. His visits offered the Prophet comfort, knowing he was never alone in his mission. Their bond was unique. While other prophets may have interacted with angels, none had the deep connection that Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu shared with Jibreel. Jibreel didn't just carry out his duty, he cared deeply for the Prophet and for the believers. His love was evident in every interaction, every revelation, and every visit. It wasn't just a job for him, it was a relationship built on trust and affection. Jibreel is known for his commitment to purity. He wouldn't enter a house if certain conditions weren't met. One of the most notable things about him was his refusal to enter a house that contained dogs, statues or idols. He didn't just refuse out of personal preference, it was a matter of divine command. In Islamic tradition, cleanliness is not just physical, it's spiritual. Jibreel embodied this principle. When he came to the Prophet Sallallahu, it was in a state of total purity. This wasn't just a reflection of his physical form, it was a sign of the spiritual cleanliness that angels embody. He wouldn't enter a house where the atmosphere didn't align with divine purity. This behavior wasn't an isolated incident, it shows the high standards set for the Prophet's environment. Jibreel made it clear that only the purest of places were worthy of receiving divine guidance. It reminds us of the importance of creating pure spaces in our lives, spaces where Allah's blessings can truly reside. The angel's refusal to enter homes with impurity symbolizes that we must strive to remove all distractions and impurities from our hearts and homes. Jibreel also taught us the importance of respecting sacredness. His refusal was a lesson. He wasn't just an angel delivering revelation, he was a reminder to maintain the sanctity of the environment around us. This story encourages us to purify our spaces and minds. Only in doing so can we truly invite divine light into our lives, just as Jibreel brought it to the Prophet Sallallahu. The final moments of revelation were some of the most significant in the life of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu. As the Prophet's life drew to a close, Jibreel played a crucial role. He was there during the last few revelations. The Prophet Sallallahu knew the end was near, and so did Jibreel. The closeness of their relationship made this time even more emotional. In the last days, Jibreel would visit frequently. He didn't just bring words of guidance, he brought comfort. The Prophet Saul understood that Jibreel's visits were a sign of the finality of the mission. The words of the Quran that came to him during this time were the last pieces of divine guidance for the Ummah. Jibreel was there to ensure that the Prophet Saul received every last instruction from Allah. The closeness of this relationship during the final days highlighted Jibreel's deep care for the Prophet. It wasn't just a task, it was a farewell. Every visit was filled with the weight of the years they had spent together. The final revelations were not just for the Prophet, but for all of humanity. Jibreel ensured that the message of Islam was complete and would be carried. When the Prophet Saul passed away, Jibreel's visit stopped. This marked the end of an era. It was not just the end of the Prophet's life, it was the end of divine Prophet's life. It was the end of divine revelation coming to human form. Jibreel's role during these final moments reminds us of the importance of the final guidance we have today. The Quran is the last revelation, and it carries the weight of that final gift. Jibreel wasn't just a part of the beginning and the middle of the Prophet's story. His role extended into the afterlife. He was there during the transition from life to death, guiding the souls of the righteous to their final rest. One of the most profound moments came when Jibreel helped ease the soul of the Prophet Muhammad as he passed from this world. In Islam, the afterlife is a significant part of faith. Jibreel plays a role in guiding souls through the journey after death. He helps bring the soul from the body to the afterlife. For the righteous, this journey is filled with peace and comfort. Jibreel ensures that the transition is smooth and guided by divine. Jibreel's involvement doesn't stop with death. He is also present on the day of judgment. The angels will carry out their duties, and Jibreel will be there to carry out Allah's commands. On that day, the whole universe will tremble. Jibreel, in his immense power and purity, will be part of the divine system that governs the final fate of each soul. Jibreel shows us that death isn't an end, it's a transition. His role in the afterlife reminds us of the greater journey we all face. It's a journey where guidance, purity, and mercy are essential. Jibreel plays a role in ensuring that we are guided through that transition with care, dignity, and peace. Jibreel wasn't just the angel of revelation. His influence stretches across the entire universe. He's the one who brings the commands of Allah to every corner of existence. From the creation of the heavens to the running of the stars, Jibreel's work never stops. His role is woven into the fabric of everything around us. In one narration, it's mentioned that Jibreel was sent to guide the winds. The winds carry divine mercy, they bring rain, and they are part of Allah's plan. The movement of the stars, and the changes in the seasons, all follow a divine order. Jibreel's work is tied to these movements. He doesn't just convey messages to prophets, he oversees the operations of the universe itself. His influence is seen in the natural world, where everything is in balance. His strength is vast. Jibreel leads the other angels, guiding them with Allah's orders. Every angel carries out a specific role, but Jibreel stands as their commander. He's not just part of the heavenly hierarchy, he is its head. His leadership ensures that Allah's will is carried out perfectly, from the smallest leaf to the vastness of the galaxies. This influence doesn't just reflect his power, it reflects the importance of his mission. Jibreel ensures that the divine plan is always in motion, whether it's guiding the rain or overseeing the heavenly hosts. Jibreel's task is to maintain the balance of the universe according to Allah's will. His role is not just confined to revelations, it extends to the order of existence itself. Jibreel isn't alone in his duties. He has a relationship with the other angels, each of whom has a specific role to play in the divine plan. While Jibreel leads, he works in harmony with others, like Mikael, Israfil, and Azrael. These angels all carry out their respective tasks under the guidance of Allah, and Jibreel plays a central role in this heavenly teamwork. Mikael, for example, is responsible for providing sustenance to creation. He controls the rain and the food supply. Jibreel works alongside him to ensure that these blessings reach the earth. Similarly, Israfil is the angel who will blow the trumpet on the day of judgment, while Azrael is the angel of death. Jibreel's relationship with them is one of coordination and unity. Together,
They execute Allah's will in perfect harmony. Despite the different roles, there is deep respect among these angels. They don't compete for dominance. They complement one another. Each angel serves with dedication, understanding their unique role in Allah's grand design. Jibreel's role as the leader of these angels speaks to the trust placed in him. He is not just a messenger, he is a leader, guiding and overseeing the work of others in the celestial realms. This relationship teaches us about teamwork and cooperation. Jibreel leads, but he doesn't act alone. The angels work together to ensure that the divine plan is executed perfectly. Their unity and obedience to Allah set an example for us, reminding us of the importance of collaboration in fulfilling divine guidance. Jibreel left a legacy that continues to impact the world today. His role as the messenger of divine revelation, protector of prophets, and leader of angels, has made him an eternal symbol of guidance, purity, and strength. Though we may not see him, his influence remains in the world through the Quran, the words he delivered, and the angels, who continue to carry out his duties. For believers, Jibreel serves as a reminder of Allah's mercy and power. His visits to the Prophet Muhammad didn't just shape Islamic history, they continue to inspire Muslims around the world. His unwavering loyalty to Allah, his strength in carrying out divine commands, and his purity in delivering Allah's words, all serve as examples for believers to follow. In times of difficulty, we remember Jibreel and the support he provided to the Prophet. His presence was a comfort during trials, and a source of strength during moments of hardship. Believers today are encouraged to draw strength from his example, to remain firm in faith, seek divine guidance, and trust that Allah's plan is always in motion. The legacy of Jibreel is not confined to the past. He continues to serve as a spiritual figure, who connects the unseen with the seen. Through his example, we learn about patience, obedience, strength, and trust in Allah. Jibreel's story is a reminder that Allah's guidance is always with us, even when we can't see it, and that divine support is never far away.